Deep beneath the frozen crust of our planet lies a world long forgotten. Not ruins or relics, but flesh, muscle, blood, and fur, perfectly preserved in nature's coldest vault. The glaciers and tundras of Earth have kept secrets for millennia, holding onto life forms that vanished tens of thousands of years ago. Mammoths with intact eyes, cave lions with soft whiskers, children of a prehistoric humanity, wrapped in ice as if laid to rest by time itself. These are not dry bones on display in a sterile museum. These are bodies frozen mid-breath, locked in a glacial embrace that defied decay. They did not survive, but they did not decompose either. Now, as the earth warms and the permafrost softens, these ancient beings are emerging once more, silent, intact, and eerily untouched. It's not resurrection, but revelation. What they carry in their tissue, in their DNA, and in their final moments may rewrite everything we thought we knew about the Ice Age, extinction, and ourselves. This is the silence beneath the ice, and it's finally speaking. In the icy wilderness of Siberia, 2010 marked a stunning moment in paleontological history. From the permafrost emerged Yuka, a baby woolly mammoth unlike any ever found. Her body so perfectly preserved that it seemed as if she had merely laid down to sleep. She died nearly 39,000 years ago, yet her reddish fur still clung to her frame. Her eyes were intact, her internal organs untouched. Even her blood remained liquid, a biological miracle in itself. But it wasn't just her preservation that stunned scientists. It was the evidence of precise incisions carved into her flesh. Cuts along her hind legs and jaw suggested a grim possibility. Yuka may have been hunted, butchered, or ritually handled by early humans, perhaps Neanderthals or Homo sapiens. If so, she stands as the first woolly mammoth offering physical proof of direct human interaction. Named in honor of the Yukagir people who helped uncover her, Yuka represents more than a discovery. She is a bridge between ancient survival and modern science, frozen in the moment history turned. In 2018, deep within a vast yawning chasm in Siberia, ominously known as the Gate to Hell, scientists made a discovery both haunting and extraordinary. Encased in ancient permafrost lay a 42,000-year-old foal, so impeccably preserved it appeared to be merely sleeping. Its reddish mane still draped over its slender neck. Veins were faintly visible beneath thin skin. Its blood was still liquid, a staggering biological rarity. This was not a fossil. It was a fully intact juvenile of an extinct species, the Lyna horse, believed to be a key ancestor of modern cold-weather equines. Its intestines, muscles, and soft tissue remained untouched by decomposition. Genetic analysis uncovered unique traits now absent in modern horses, including cold-resistant genes that help this colt survive the brutal Ice Age climate. The foal likely drowned in a mud-filled depression, and in a stroke of tragic luck, was flash-frozen by plunging temperatures, preserved for eternity. At just 2 months old, it became a genetic time capsule, offering a rare, unbroken glimpse into the physiology of prehistoric survival. In the unforgiving cold of Yakutia, Russia, a remarkable discovery unfolded between 2015 and 2017. 2 Ice Age cave lion cubs, named Sparta and Boris, emerged from the permafrost near the Wandina River. What stunned scientists wasn't just their age, over 28,000 years, but the unparalleled state of preservation. Their golden fur shimmered in the lab lights, Their paw pads were soft to the touch. Even whiskers and internal organs remained. Most astonishing of all, their brains were partially intact, a rarity in any ancient mammal. These cubs died before ever opening their eyes, likely in a sudden environmental collapse or burial event. Yet in death, they became living archives of the past. Larger and more robust than today's African lions, Panthera spelaea was an apex predator, engineered by evolution to withstand sub-zero ice age temperatures. Now, with access to their DNA, soft tissue, and even neurological structure, researchers have a rare opportunity to study the biology, development, and extinction of one of the Ice Age's most fearsome and misunderstood giants. In the desolate, frozen soil of Yakutia, a gold prospector searching for riches instead unearthed a far older treasure, an Ice Age wolf pup, so perfectly preserved that time itself seemed afraid to touch her. Nicknamed Yuka, the pup was just weeks old when she died, her eyes never opened to the Ice Age world. And yet, tens of thousands of years later, she gazes across time with haunting clarity. Muscles, fur, organs, and even her last meal still intact. Detailed isotopic analysis of her stomach revealed a diet of fish and small rodents, hinting at an ancient ecosystem far more humid and diverse than today's harsh Siberian tundra. Her genetic code, preserved in frozen perfection, has become a cornerstone for understanding the evolutionary divergence of ancient wolves, and perhaps the early paths that led to domesticated dogs. But Yuka's body also tells a deeper story of climate, extinction, and adaptation. Frozen in death but alive with data, she is both fossil and prophecy, a testament to a world lost, and a warning to the one we live in now. In 1991, high in the Ötztal Alps at 3,210 meters above sea level, hikers stumbled upon what appeared to be a lost mountaineer frozen in ice. But this was no modern tragedy. It was a time capsule. Ötzi, as he would come to be known, had been entombed in glacial ice for over 5,000 years. Far from legend, he was a real man, a hunter, a wanderer, and ultimately, a murder victim. His body bore over 60 charcoal tattoos, likely therapeutic rather than decorative, positioned along joints and pressure points. He carried a copper axe, a rare and valuable item of the Chalcolithic era, along with leather boots insulated with grass, a cloak of woven fibers, and a belt pouch containing tools. His final moments were violent. An arrow lodged in his left shoulder pierced an artery, ending his life abruptly. But Ötzi offers more than a death story. He's a fully intact record of early European life, its dangers, its innovations, its diet, and its disease. Through him, we don't just study prehistory, we walk beside it. In the remote Siberian wilderness of Yakutia, as the permafrost reluctantly recedes, another ghost of the Ice Age emerged, a juvenile woolly rhinoceros, preserved with stunning anatomical detail. Estimated to be under 2 years old at the time of death, the young rhino already bore the beginnings of its iconic front horn, revealing just how early these formidable animals began developing their natural defenses. Within its stomach, scientists found a mix of moss, lichen, and hardy tundra vegetation, confirming the species' grazing lifestyle and its adaptation to a cold, open steppe environment. Known scientifically as Coelodonta antiquitatis, the woolly rhinoceros once rivaled mammoths in size and presence across Ice Age Eurasia. This juvenile specimen, frozen in time, is more than a relic. It is a biological blueprint, offering rare insight into growth patterns, diet, and evolutionary specialization. As extinction looms large in the fossil record, this young rhino helps us reconstruct not just how these animals lived, but why they vanished. In a landscape once ruled by mammoths and saber-toothed predators, one of the most profound Ice Age discoveries came not in size, but in subtlety. A 30,000-year-old Arctic ground squirrel, perfectly preserved in a curl of eternal hibernation, was uncovered in the Siberian permafrost, still tucked beside its nest. This tiny creature had built its burrow with precision. Fragments of plants, fur, lichen, and a careful hoard of seeds and nuts surrounded it, untouched for millennia. Every element of the nest reflected instinctual engineering, a micro-habitat designed to outlast the harshest winter. While giants of the Ice Age are studied for their power, this squirrel reminds us that survival was also about foresight and subtle intelligence. Its preservation is more than curiosity. It's a time capsule of behavior. The materials it chose, the position it rested in, even its still clenched paws, offer a rare window into how small creatures once outwitted extinction with nothing but instinct and adaptation. In silence, it tells a story of survival. In 2007, on the remote tundra of Russia's Yamal Peninsula, a reindeer herder made a discovery that would captivate the world. The body of a baby mammoth, so perfectly preserved she seemed almost alive. Named Lyuba, after the herder's wife, the calf was just 1 month old when she died, and yet she emerged from the ice nearly flawless. Her internal organs, stomach contents, milk residue, and even lactic acid levels were intact. Unlike most specimens, Lyuba was never thawed. Instead, she underwent advanced CT scans and MRI imaging, allowing researchers to study every detail, from bone structure to tissue composition, without disturbing her form. Her preservation was so extraordinary that she became a global benchmark in Ice Age research. Lyuba is more than a paleontological marvel. She's a snapshot of life cut short and frozen in a moment of quiet tragedy. Through her, scientists have learned about infant mammoth biology, Ice Age ecology, and the complex interplay between environment and extinction. She is, quite literally, the face of the Ice Age reborn. Along the frigid banks of Siberia's Terektiak River, a startling figure emerged from the permafrost. A complete prehistoric wolf, its powerful jaws still open in a frozen snarl, fur, teeth, and tissue intact. Radiocarbon dating placed the specimen at 44,000 years old, and yet its body showed minimal decay, a haunting preservation that blurred the line between ancient and alive. But this was more than a paleontological prize. Scientists quickly asked, could dormant pathogens survive inside such a well-preserved host? As global temperatures rise and the permafrost thaws, these frozen carcasses pose not only evolutionary questions, but biosecurity concerns. What microbial secrets lie within? Could we be waking up ancient diseases along with ancient beasts? Now studied under strict containment, this wolf serves as both a genetic archive and a biological wildcard, a bridge between Ice Age predators and modern science's most urgent unknowns. Frozen in attack, it remains a silent guardian of secrets we may not be ready to face. On the windswept, icy reaches of the Lyuba Islands in the Siberian Arctic, reindeer herders and researchers uncovered a staggering relic of the Pleistocene, a near-complete cave bear. This massive predator, estimated to have weighed over 1,000 pounds and stretched more than 10 feet in length, was preserved with astonishing detail. Heart, liver, kidneys, and even soft tissue survived intact for over 22,000 years. Cave bears, known as Ursus spelaeus, once ruled the icy forests of Eurasia. But for a long time, we knew very little about how they lived, or why they disappeared. That is, until now. DNA extracted from this specimen is helping scientists unravel how these Ice Age giants adapted to cold climates, what they ate, and how they competed with other predators, including early humans and modern brown bears. This discovery does more than add another name to the list of extinct megafauna. It forces us to reconsider survival itself. In an age of rising temperatures and changing ecosystems, the cave bear stands as both a marvel of evolution and a warning from a world undone by time. In 1977, the discovery of Dima, a one-month-old woolly mammoth in Russia's Kolyma region, became a global sensation. He was the first Ice Age infant ever recovered in such exceptional condition. His skin, organs, and even the contents of his stomach preserved in frozen detail. Dima introduced the world to the astonishing power of permafrost to halt time itself. Decades later, another colossal find stunned scientists, the Mamut of Yukagir. Buried for over 20,000 years, this mammoth still retained soft tissue, brain matter, and even eyelashes. These creatures, once buried in silence, now speak volumes, not just about extinction, but about resurrection. Yet as the Arctic melts and more bodies emerge, the question grows darker. What else lies within the thawing ground? The mammoths may be harmless, but could ancient bacteria or viruses still stir within them? These aren't just paleontological wonders. They are biological time bombs, or perhaps keys to ancient resilience. What rises from the ice might save us, or remind us how fragile we truly are. At Prehistoric Shadows, we believe ancient life was never meant to fade quietly into the ice. These creatures, preserved in skin, fur, and bone, carry not just genetic memory, but emotional weight. They are voices from a colder world, whispering truths about extinction, survival, and our own fragile place in time. As glaciers retreat and the ground gives way, we're not just unearthing history, we're confronting what lies beneath it. Subscribe to Prehistoric Shadows for deep, untold stories of ancient Earth. Because the past isn't dead, it's waking up.